The other week I was coming back and I was on a flight. I was reading an article on the Wall Street Journal that mentions about that to be successful in China online, you also need to be successful offline. And he was giving the example of a C-Trip. Okay. The C-Trip is China's biggest online travel agent. Yeah. And the article was mentioning that C-Trip in China still has one of the biggest call center where people still call and book their tickets offline. Now, your book is about online, but it's also about a balance between two mindsets, the online mindset and the offline mindset. How do you think that in the near future these two mindsets will cooperate? What will happen to these two mindsets? Will they be separated, or how they will become part of something?
Oh, that's actually a very good question, I would say. So I would say, at least from my point of view, if you use a Microsoft example, so Microsoft is very successful in terms of software in the offline world, So what they are struggling is how to make sure their software can embrace this online world. This is what Microsoft is doing, So they are just in, for me, they are in like a transition period, I think it's a very good transition. Actually, it's hard for this huge company like Microsoft can make this transition, Most of the company actually just failed in this transition.
Shall we say transition from going offline to online?
That's true. You're thinking
Is
about...
it fair to summarize it in a simple way like this?
Yes, thinking about that example, how Microsoft distribute their software through CD-ROM, through the OEM. That's
so it's offline way.
They're offline way. So that's why Apple actually distributes their software through the App Store. That's online way. That's for sure. But it's still, so that's why Microsoft now there's own App Store on Windows, and their Windows update more often than before. So instead of having a CD-ROM to send to you to update, you can do the upgrade offline or online, So I would say fundamentally, Microsoft is shifting from offline to online. But I think they're doing very well in their business in this transition, But C-Chip for me, it's not really 100% of internet company. That's my point of view. So what they're doing is they are trying to, even though they call it an internet company, but I don't think they are 100% internet company. They are more like try to use internet as a tool to do a traditional business, So that's why you can see the mixed model they have. So it's not, they're doing that because they are not 100% of internet company. That's what I believe. But this is more like a balance between innovation and what the user can accept. So they're more like, they more like sacrifice something for the existing user behavior. That's what that's what I understand. And that's why our C-Chip have its own challenge, So I don't think a C-Chip is a good example how they balance between the offline and online. A C-Chip for me is example. They are not doing 100% online. That's what I understand.
Can you give us an example about who's doing a good job between online and offline?
I think the best example I would say is today's smartphone. And as I mentioned that, so if you look at the concept, Nokia is also talking about a phone connect to internet. Long before the Apple is talking about, So if you're just talking about a phone connect to the internet, Nokia is pioneer. And you can see a lot of internet capability and functionality in your Nokia phone. But for me, the iPhone is the first phone that is truly online.
So we are talking about the difference between plus internet and internet plus.
Yes or no? Basically means when you talk about you're on internet, not necessarily mean you are online.
I see.
That's exactly what you talk about in my office. You talk about your work. That's exact. So for me, the situation is more like they take the traditional business, They try to connect their business on the internet to help them to do something. And so I would say it's still at the half way of the internet.
Okay.
And but iPhone is truly making a phone that online. So for me, the smartphone is basically an online phone. Okay.
So it is not correct to say that in China, if you want to be successful online, you also have to be successful offline.
Yes, that's true. I think Apple is very successful in China.
Okay.
Yeah, and the difference is, if you just want to see the difference, people today, people won't buy an iPhone without having an online experience. Okay, people won't buy that, but people will buy a Nokia phone even though they don't connect it on the internet. That's the difference.
Why?
No, it's not the fundamental things for this phone. Okay, it's just an add-on value.
I see.
So the key value is not being online. Okay, but for the iPhone, the key value is the phone that brings you to online.